Welcome to this lesson on heat versus temperature. These two concepts are often confused, but they represent fundamentally different ideas in thermodynamics. Today, we'll explore the difference between thermal energy and thermal intensity, helping you understand why they're not the same thing even though they're closely related. Let's start with temperature. Temperature is a measure of the average kinetic energy of particles in a substance. Think of it as how fast the molecules are moving on average. The key word here is intensity. Temperature tells us about the intensity of molecular motion, not the total amount of energy. An important characteristic of temperature is that it's independent of the amount of substance present. Whether you have a drop of water or an ocean, if they're at the same molecular activity level, they have the same temperature. Now let's talk about heat. Heat is energy in transfer between systems due to a temperature difference. It's not a property that objects possess, but rather energy that flows from hotter objects to cooler ones. Heat represents the total thermal energy being transferred. Unlike temperature, heat depends on both the amount of substance and the temperature change involved. This makes heat an extensive property, meaning it scales with the size of the system. This brings us to an important distinction in thermodynamics: intensive versus extensive properties. Temperature is an intensive property, meaning it's independent of the amount of substance. 1 liter of water and 100 liters of water can have exactly the same temperature. Heat, on the other hand, is an extensive property because it depends on the amount of substance. 100 liters of water at the same temperature as 1 liter contains much more thermal energy and can transfer far more heat to its surroundings. Here's a helpful analogy to understand this difference. Think about water in containers. The water level is like temperature. It measures intensity or height, regardless of the container size. The water volume is like heat. It measures the total amount. A small cup can have a high water level but very little total volume. Similarly, a swimming pool can have the same water level as the cup, but contains enormously more water. In the same way, a small object can have high temperature but minimal heat energy, while a large object at the same temperature contains much more heat energy. Temperature and heat are measured using completely different units. Temperature is measured in degrees Celsius, degrees Fahrenheit, or Kelvin. These scales measure the intensity of thermal energy. Heat, being a form of energy transfer, is measured in joules, calories, or British thermal units. These are energy units. This difference in measurement units reinforces that we're dealing with two distinct physical quantities, one measuring intensity, the other measuring total energy. Let's consider a striking real-world example: a spark compared to a bathtub of warm water. A spark from a fire can have a temperature of several thousand degrees Celsius, which is extremely high. However, it contains very little heat energy because there are so few particles involved. On the other hand, a bathtub full of warm water might only be at 40 degrees Celsius, but it contains an enormous amount of heat energy due to the massive number of water molecules. This example perfectly illustrates that higher temperature doesn't automatically mean more total energy. Let's summarize the key points. First, temperature measures the intensity of thermal energy, specifically the average kinetic energy of particles. Second, heat measures the total thermal energy being transferred between systems. Third, temperature is an intensive property, independent of the amount of substance, while heat is an extensive property that depends on the amount. And finally, remember that high temperature doesn't always mean high heat energy. Understanding these differences is crucial for grasping fundamental thermodynamic concepts. Thank you for watching.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.